Welcome to our daily Forex market analysis, and this is for trading on March the 9th, 2021. Just a quick disclaimer here before we get started. This is for educational purposes only. Trading is a risky business, so please be careful with your money. As usual, we'll start off by taking a look at our calendar here. So in terms of overall market, first thing, we have over the weekend we saw that Senate passed the bill that they were looking at, the stimulus bill for $1.9 trillion. They did make some changes in terms of the minimum wage and size of the stimulus checks that were being sent and that type of stuff. But it has passed through the Senate now finally. So now this will go back to the House, and House will again needs to pass it. So that will happen on Wednesday. So this is after the House passes it again, then it will go to President Biden to get signed. So that's where we are at this point. So a lot of positive sentiments or sentiment in the market in regards to the bill getting passed. So that's one thing. Another thing that we are seeing in the market right now are the treasury yields. So treasury yields are going up, and the reason for that is because of the this is because of or we're seeing a dollar strength, and we're seeing dollar strength because of the treasury yields going up. And treasury yields are going up because of the positive data or the positive expectation that the market has from the US recovery. So right now, so one is the US recovery with the stimulus bill getting passed. And then also there is expectation that the economy will recover and there will also be inflation because of all this money that has been going into the market that will lead to inflation or the prices going up. And because of that, the yields have already started going up. And expectation is that the Fed will be forced into tightening the rates because of the inflation. And this is where we're looking at the market is basically already leaning towards that. And this is why the treasury yields are going up. So we have to now we'll have to keep that in mind. This is why US dollar is doing well. So bear that in mind as you trade. But now keep in mind also that US dollar has been going up for a little bit now. So things may be getting stretched, and that means they can turn around on us as well. So just watch out for that. In terms of what's coming up here, we have ECB, which will be on Wednesday. But prior to that, nothing critical here. We do have revised GDP numbers here. For the numbers that came in terms of Japan were not that great. And this is why we have seen Japanese yen drop as well. And we do have revised numbers here for Euro. Plus, we have employment numbers. We do have Reserve Bank of Australia, Governor Lau speaking. So those are some of the things to keep in mind as you're trading. So let's go on to the charts now. We'll start off with euro dollar here. So for the day, we saw euro drop. So it's still moving lower here. In terms of the daily here, the bias is bearish. And as we can see, price has dropped through this level that we had marked for 1.1885. So now I'm looking for a pullback and then a further drop here. So bias is bearish, but watch out for that pullback into 1.1885. And then target here is 1.1800. So bias here is bearish for euro dollar. Pound dollar here, this one also looking bearish. As we can see, price has dropped a bit though. Right now, we need to see a hold below the support level. So in this case, the support resistance level here that price went through, now we need to see this hold. So if it stays below 1.3865 here or 60, then we're looking for a drop back down here. So it's important that it hold below this. Otherwise, we are back into this range that it has been trading or it was trading in for a few days here. So right now looking for a pullback towards 1.3865 here, and then if it holds, looking for a drop back down. Bias right now is neutral to bearish. This is not looking super strong bearish at this point, so we do need to make sure that it holds below. Otherwise we are back into this range again, then the target becomes 1.40. so neutral bias here for pound dollar. Aussie dollar here, this one is did give us a bearish candle close here, but notice how it hasn't gotten through the support level yet. It is still holding here. So in this case, what I'm looking for is a move back up here towards 0.7680 or potentially even into 0.7685 level. And if it holds, then we could see a drop, something like this. But if it goes through this level, we are again looking for a move back higher. So then 0.7740 will become our target. So basically at that point, this will become a range bound move. And then I will look for a price to trade in this area. So right now, bias is bearish with caution though. Like I said, if it holds above here, if it goes through this level, then I'm looking for a range bound move here on sideways. So right now, bearish bias with caution. New Zealand dollar here, this one as well. As we can see, nice bearish candle close, but again, keep in mind, we are into some strong support level here. This is where we have not seen price drop through this level yet. So because it didn't close below this level, so today I'm looking for price to go back up. And if it holds, then I would be looking for a drop. So we do need to see a hold below the 0.7160 level. So bias here is bearish again, but with caution, because if it doesn't go through the support, we are back into this sideways move on this one as well. So bearish bias, just with caution here. Dollar CAD here, this one is still looking neutral here. It's going sideways. As we can see, it's been trading in this range, very, very choppy over the last few days. The candle close for the day is completely neutral. So basically, I'm looking for a move back towards 1.2585 and just looking for price to trade sideways yet. So right now, still stuck in this range. So we are looking for a continuation of this sideways move until such time that we see a break. So right now doesn't seem like it's ready to break out. So bias is neutral for dollar CAD. All right, let's take a look at our silver here. Silver, we see that price held below this previous support resistance level that we have marked here. Did go retest but it held. So now looking for price to drop further here. Bearish bias, next target is 24.40, and of course we need to see a break through this for a continuation move lower. So watch out 24.85 level. So bearish bias for silver. Gold here, gold also looking bearish. As we can see, it has held below this previous support resistance level as well. And now we are looking for a continuation move here. It is starting to come into support, so that's something to be mindful of. And next target here is 1670. So bearish bias here for gold. Oil here, overall oil has done, it did go up all the way. And today though, we did see a drop here. So we have a big bearish candle close. I look for a retest of 66 level. If it holds below, then this inefficient move here, that could get filled. And we could see a move back towards 59.30. So bias right now is bearish. First target here is 63.80. And only if it continues through, if it is able to go through this, then we will look for a continuation move lower here. So bias here is bearish. I'm looking for something like this essentially. So bearish bias for oil, dollar. Copper here, or oil, I should say. Copper here, copper is copper's a little sideways here at the moment. For the last few days here, price isn't really broken out of this range. So what I'm looking for here is a retest, potential retest of this 4.10 level. If it holds, we're looking for a drop back down, essentially. So bias here is bearish. First target is 4.00 and then 3.95. So bearish bias for copper. Bitcoin here, Bitcoin it's broken out today. That is a positive sign. It was stuck in this range for some time, so it has finally broken out. So this is bullish, looking for a retest of the high at 57,400. So bullish bias here for Bitcoin. S&P 500 here, this is bearish here. As we can see, price did go up, but then it has held below this support resistance level. So bearish bias here, we could see a drop, and next target here would be 3,800, and then below that we are looking at 3,765. So bearish bias for S&P 500. Nasdaq here, technology stocks selling off, and next target here will be 12,000. With this one here, we are looking for a pullback towards 12,500. And then once that holds, I'm looking for a further drop. So target is 12,000 here for NASDAQ. So bearish bias for NASDAQ. Dow Jones here looking quite strong. We do have a bullish candle close went to retest the high here, but this is where it could run into trouble. So if it doesn't go through, we're back into this range. So overall, this is the range it has established, and this is the range it's been working in. So bias here is neutral. I'm looking for a move back into the range here. And first target is 31,665. If it goes through, then we are looking at the low of today, which is 31,330. So neutral bias here, neutral bias for Dow Jones. Once it breaks through though, it could take off, the momentum could carry it through. So that's something to bear in mind. DAX here, DAX looking strong, big move to the upside. It finally broke through this resistance that it had been struggling for ages. So with this one, looking for a pullback and then a continuation higher. So in this case, it has to hold above 14,150 for it to continue. So right now, bias is bullish, and it is at highs that we haven't seen. So bullish bias here. Next target is 14,500. And we have FTSE here. FTSE also pushing higher. Now, once it goes through it, next target is 6785. But again, bear in mind, it is into resistance at 6700. If it holds below 6700, we could see another move back into the range. Once it holds above, though, we're looking at 6785. So bullish bias for FTSE as well, neutral to bullish. And then Nikkei, of course. So Nikkei did drop today. It's kind of sideways at the moment. Now, if it holds here, I will look for another leg lower here. So towards 28,290. So bias here is bearish for Nikkei as well. So that's it for today. You guys have a wonderful trading day, and I'll be back again tomorrow. Bye for now.